I thought I would hate this lens. I thought I would never buy this lens, and now I can't put it down. This is the Canon RF16mm 2.8 STM lens, and it is pretty phenomenal. You've got a high quality wide angle lens that's super light and very easy to carry around. In fact, I will carry this 16mm around on weddings where I'm traveling or jobs where I'm traveling instead of the RF15-35, which is an L series lens and is gorgeous, but if I'm looking for something lightweight and need to have a wide angle, this is the one I am bringing. This is Canon's first fixed wide angle RF lens. It's fixed at 2.8, which is going to let in a lot of light. Now, a lot of people think that this can only be used for landscapes, but that's absolutely not where the use factor for this lens ends. I've been using this for portrait shoots, for weddings, for wide angle, and a little bit more close up. As long as you are very conscious about what the wide angle does on a full frame camera, then you're going to be able to play around, create some funky imagery, and even beauty type shots with this lens. On a cropped camera, this is going to be more of a 25mm lens, which will be a little bit easier when you're getting closer up to your subjects. It's fast focusing with the STM motor, which means the focusing is super smooth and you're not going to hear that like that lets everyone around you know you're taking a picture. The minimum focusing distance of 5.11 inches is pretty close with a maximum magnification of 0.26x. You're not going to want to get super close with this lens anyway, of course, unless you are purposely accentuating body parts, which is part of what makes this lens really fun. I can exaggerate the length of a model's leg or the more funky type vibe that I'm going for on a fashion shoot, which is going to be very helpful for making your image show-stopping when people are scrolling through social media. I love shooting with this lens. I've shot with it on the Canon EOS R7 and the Canon EOS R10, and it just creates this beautiful imagery while allowing a lot of the scene to be there. Admittedly, I love shooting close-up. I love the 85mm focal length, but when I'm using a 16mm lens like this, a wide-angle lens, whether on a crop camera or not, it makes me be more conscious of my surroundings and create an image that has the environment, and it helps me be a better photographer when I have more going on in an image that I need to be more conscious about. So it's just one of the extra little perks about shooting with a lens like this one. It's also nice that the price of this lens isn't going to break the bank, under 300 USD at the time of this recording. So it's a light, small, compact lens that you can just throw in your bag anytime you know you're going to need a wide angle view. I had to come into ePhoto lastly to finish polishing off these images, because when you're shooting with a 16mm lens, you capture everything, including every single background imperfection, and ePhoto is just the fastest way to clean up backgrounds along with a lot of other things. So came in, cleaned up the backgrounds, did some auto retouching. Well, it's not auto, it's totally customized, but it's batch retouching that is done very, very quickly. This is a really good before and after. You can just see how I was able to clean up all things skin tones and backgrounds, even as the shadows on the background are a little bit distracting. This photo I want to come in and be a little bit more specific to. I want more of a natural retouch. I don't want it to be super refined because it's meant to look a little bit gritty. So want to keep a little bit of the skin smoothing to the minimum. I think I want to keep most of this face shine. Yeah, I do. So we're not going to do a ton of it, just a little bit, but I did want to get into the eyes. Her eyes are awesome. We could go a little bit crazy here. We do have some red veins, I believe. Let me just take a look here. Yeah, a little bit of red veins. So let's just go ahead and remove some of those. Catch light looks good. Nice hard catch light, making her eyes pop. Last thing I want to do this image is go down to the hair. Now I don't want to remove the stray hairs, because if I do that, I feel like I'm cleaning it up too much. I like the fact that it's gritty, but what I do want to mess with is the hair gaps. So you can see right up in here, we can make those hair gaps kind of go away. We could also give her even more of a poof if we want to, giving her just more volume in her hair. And then the hairline we can mess around with, maybe bring down if we want to. This isn't an issue for this, but because we're shooting with the 16mm, this is where a lot of the distortion is going to come in. Actually, let me go over to this photo right here. This one with the 16mm, even though I cropped in, had her more towards the center, you really can see the distortion in her face. And this is a great way to reduce that, just bringing down the hairline a little bit and then poofing up the hair. So just little bits. I think this one I want to remove some of the stray hairs. Yeah, that was just a little bit too distracting. So let's take some of them away. But you can just see that before and after, how we just kind of messed around a little bit with that distortion. And then this one right here, ooh, not much I want to do with this one. I really think this is where our before and after really shined, making a big difference when it came to fixing the distortion and a little bit of shine. Anyway, that's the photo. You can try out this program absolutely free. Do all the things that you just saw me doing without paying a dime. The only time you pay is when you hit export over here. You can get 30 free credits in the link below. I am Canon Explorer of Light, Vanessa Joy, and I'll see you next time.